Welcome back to Puddin's Fab Shop number 2. Oh! Now the nut's spinning, buddy. In last week's video, y'all seen Randy was here and he bodyworked the firewall. He got here nice and early this morning because he's used to getting up at 4 to work. He started stripping down some stuff on that. We're still making progress. Goal being to get paint on this, liner or whatever. We decided to paint up to these edges, and there's hooks that go here for our hood latches. Well, 3 out of 4 came out. There's always that one. Are you that one in this group, Theo? Huh? Are you the nut that don't give loose? Then you just spin and create problems? Nope. You're the good boy. Me and Randy's the problems. Randy's the problem. The good news is, if we cut that, it's gonna fall out. Randy was in here working away, and then I just showed up and snatched the welder. How rude of me. Sorry, buddy. I just thought about that. All right, that's out. At least there's a hole there now. I guess I just realized that's kind of channeled, so when I knocked that out, I thought it was gonna fall down. We're gonna hear it plink on the ground. She may live in here forever now. So in this Get What You Get series, that's exactly what we're doing again. If y'all is tired of these videos, well, I'm shooting them all in 1 week, so I'm not gonna know until they're already all made before we start getting negative feedback. So it is a Get What You Get. That's what the second channel's always been. And the goal is just the same as what it was with this yesterday. Make as much progress as we can on all of it. And part of that for me is gonna be fixing that stand that failed as well. Just used a 1/4-20 nut cert right there. She did go in a hair crooked-ish. The body of this was hitting our big bubbly fender. I'm gonna try putting this a 1/4-20 in here. And it ain't a crazy angle. I'm just curious if we can smack that down. Hopefully strip it out twice in 1 day. Oh, that's doing good. That's working. All right, ain't too bad. All right. I don't mean to interrupt you, but what all have you done so far? Well, where we get the video up to date.
We stripped the
very large inner fenders.
yeah, that piece. Stripped this, just kind of clean it on both sides. Trying to clean up all the old paint and the rust and everything. Get ready for paint. Right now, I'm working on these pieces.
So some of this stuff was just roughed in, guys. Y'all remember when I cut? Some of it needs corners rounded, edges knocked down, stuff like that.
Make it not sharp.
Not sharp, little black paint on all of that. It's kind of, you gotta find the point again where you draw lines on stuff. So with this, we could fully disassemble every piece here and have it blasted and everything. The fact is there's areas and these little fenders and stuff where they'll rust out before any of this stuff ever would, because we're not doing a full disassemble. So it is what it is situation. Now that don't mean we're just half butting it here. It's just with certain projects, you decide where you draw lines and that's where you draw them. No matter how nice we make stuff down in corners you'll never see, especially when this is together, it ain't gonna change the fact that our paint looks like this right here. So, but we do want to get these stripped down. I got 2 nut certs in there now, so we're good on that area. We'll leave the other side. Other side came out. I'll just clean those threads before we ever put it fully back together. And I told him I probably need to get us a wire wheel that can go on the old slice and dice to shove in these corners, something aggressive. But he's got her cleaned up pretty good. Oh, I probably need to get some black paint coming. That could probably be crucial for painting stuff black. Get out your welding helmets, kiddos. Oh, Randy jacked her up in the air. Now, there's a little notch right here. I don't know what I'd grind away, but I'm consistent because the same notch is over here. I don't know if I had shaved some holes there and then this got cut or what the deal is. So I'm gonna weld them up. Our core support mounts, they're welded on top. Might as well weld them on bottom. And he just pointed something else out. Oh, up in here. So I had capped this. So up in there, that's original piece right there. So whatever we can weld in there is gonna help stiffen up this little area as well. I do have a great fear right now, and that is running out of welding gas where I have to leave. I do not want to leave. How good's a welder when you can turn its settings down to weld up a blown out paper thin edge and do it no problem? I would say your welder's pretty dang good. But you know what they say, it's not the welder, it's the welder. That is true too, by the way. But I will say, it is much easier to learn on a good welder where you see what good welding is, and then you can adapt your skills to crappy welders. It is very hard to start with the crappy welders and ever get good enough to have skills to understand how to offset crappy welders, if that makes sense. I know because I started with a really crappy, like $100 eBay welder when I was 16, guys. Do the math on that. That's how long ago bought the cheapest welder I could find online. If I'd been making YouTube videos at the time, I'd have killed it. That's the whole thing now, like, world's cheapest welder. We were already doing that. You know how many license plates I put crooked in tailgates in Pot County when I was 16 with a $100 eBay flux core welder? A lot. Yeah, get a nice 3 inches worth up in there. Hey, never mind. We're building core supports, that's all. That's it. You can see where we welded, penetrating through right there. Both sides. Come on, baby. Just looking at our gauges, I really don't want to go to the gas place. The gasket in place. Well, she was hotter than a 2-pickered tomcat. She was the fastest thing around. Oh yeah, it's burning in pretty nice. Got that joint too. Looks like O'Reilly's brought us a couple cans of the black paint I like. I ordered a box just so we can restock. We got fender wells, all the sheet metal under the hood to do, and then we'll have some left over, obviously. So we got a wire wheel too, it looks like. Whew. Got a little peephole on this side. She'll hold or she won't. Oh yeah, those will grind out nice now. That'll look a lot cleaner than having some jagged tooth notches down there. Oh, snaggletooth Wilma. Well, the missing discoveries continue. One, there was a huge gap right there. I put locking pliers on it and closed it. I don't know if this is good or bad. It's good because we can put a bolt in there and support it. It could be bad because when you close a 3/8 to a 1/2 inch gap right there and it's tight up there, it caused this to lift up some. I don't know if that gap has been there or if it's because we're holding up our fender up here and it's got extra tension on it. We unfortunately ain't gonna know till we go to set this thing down and then the front end sits crooked or don't sit crooked. But that's gonna be some shimming around that has to happen at that point, I guess. This is the side effects of hopping around and not just staying on one project where you forget, like, hey, once I got all this to fit, it was still missing half the hardware. So up here, we're missing one. Looks like that nut plate's broke. That one's there, but then we'll have mismatched hardware right there. But actually I may have a nut or we can get a fine thread 5/16. On this side, Randy's like, oh yeah, you're missing 2 right there. And I was like, missing 2? Hell, I'm missing a whole brace that's supposed to be on this thing. This is the fender we put on and made fit. I would have bet money that this brace here, that's on this side, that one had one as well. So it probably needs that. And I think that'll have us up to date on the missing hardware. Now, will it ever bolt back on? Time will tell. Now, she'll go. It'll be good. I bet it'll all work out just fine. I'm really kind of mind blown over the fender brace not being there. I remember moving a bent one. I would have thought when I pulled the fender, I remember playing with the braces. They weren't fun. Here's the fender we pulled. No brace. Now here's a good example so y'all can see how much we cut off. I mean, our little fender wheels basically come to like here. Now a lot of that stuff's all missing and gone, obviously. What do we do with that other brace, buddy? Got pieces of hood, steering wheel, steering columns, clip boards. No brace. What do you mean you'll look closer? You just don't listen sometimes. You ready? I'm gonna hit the nitrous oxide. Just realized this has nitrous, buddy. Come on. I appreciate you checking it out for me. I remember the one was bent really bad that come off the truck originally, which makes total sense because it was a piece of crap. That fender was beat up. There's a reason it was replaced. I'm trying to remember if there was another one. I remember hauling off the tweaked one, but I wouldn't have hauled off a good one. I would have put it with the other fender parts or the other hood parts, which I like to conveniently store right here because it makes no sense. So I misplaced it or mistaked it. I don't know how you mistake one for bent. I don't know. It would be right here in my Loadstar stuff, and it is not. So I guess we're gonna end up having to find one of them. What the heck, over? Hey, hey. Well, I give up. Last place it would have been is right in here. And I looked through all this the other day for something. I don't remember seeing one of those. Well, shit the bed, Fred. Did you bury it somewhere? Huh? Did you take it from me and bury it? You mad you weren't getting enough pets? So you went and buried it out back, didn't you? I'm on to you. How's that new wire wheel doing?
It's
getting after it? Dang! Looked like it was sandblasted now.
it's rowdy.
Good deal. That's a plug we thought out yesterday building this, aka the punch for driving it right back out. Rebuilding this unit, real easy, just drive that out, cut a new piece. I know you're thinking it's obviously too weak. Why would you do it like that? 2 reasons. One, that being weak is not what broke that. Me getting past center point when I was ratchet strapping those legs in and those wheels rolling good, and that like teeter-tottering and getting momentum is what broke it. If that frame stayed squared and that could never start to fall and all that weight, it would never shear or break or nothing like that. So momentum's what killed us there. 2, I actually like the fact that that's what tore, and it didn't tear up anything on the chassis or anything on the leg side, because this is obviously very easy to carry over here. Grind down a couple welds, punch that out, put a new one in. I don't think we're ever gonna have to do it again. We learned our lesson, but if we do, this ain't a bad piece to break and make the replaceable piece versus chassis or a body, something like that. The important thing to note there was, from now on, we'll be sure to brace it where we don't have that issue again. Flick cut this out last video. I'm going right up there. I had to hold her up there with my magnet, get us some tacks on. Front's matching good, back needs a little tappity. Okay, back's a little curvy because we're actually, all right, I see. We gotta have an exact fit just in case someone ever inspects the inside of our bottom rear cross member. That happens a lot usually, especially on a truck you can't even get underneath. So this corner kind of curves up, so we're just going to slowly work it out. All right, she's fit in, got her matching the curve at the back. Weld her up. All right, most of that's going to disappear. Little pitted right in that area. It was kind of wanting to blow out, so I'm not going to grind that weld away. We'll leave it a little thicker right there on purpose. Yeah, we got a pretty good thrash going right now. I like it. Try and get the mill scale off of that, knocking rust off of these, getting them all prepped. Any prep work we can do. That's roughed in. We're ready to come in with this now. Shoot, that's looking pretty good for as simple as I close that in. Little bed liner on her, she's gonna look real nice. Got all up in there. Randy wire wheeled the back lip. I ground down as much to bare metal as we can. We're trying to get all the messy stuff kind of done here. So he's giving us a Scotch-Brite on all of our prime surfaces. And yeah, let's get this done, then we'll figure out what's next. May have to get some metal for our rotisserie for in between. I have to get some lunch for the rotisserie. Keep him happy. Keep me happy. I'm the one who's hungry. I'm just blaming it on him. So we patched the back of this cab, as you can see right there, no body work. Looking underneath here though, just realized we never actually attached it at the bottom. No big deal. That's why we're doing what we're doing, is get everything figured out, prepped out, ready to go. Probably ready to shoot some primer on the bare metal spot. Don't be leaning on my table shaking it like you own the place. Freeze! All right, I think we're ready to start doing a little primer spraying. Well, between this primer and the alcohol Randy was just wiping with, we've got all the good flavors going. Got all kinds of bare metal spots, seam sealers. We're just gonna get some primer on a lot of it and get her all in one primed color underneath here. Dang, is that thing a pocket knife? Because it's looking sharp. You like that professionalism? Hey, it looks nice to me. Now I know we're spending some time on it, but for paint and body stuff, we're not spending a crazy amount of time. But this Transtar primer, it just makes everything look so good.
Hit the bottom side of that.
It lays down so nice. You can just put it on so thick. So no more prep work than we've done, and a fresh coat of that. Gosh, that looks good to me. Oh man, I shouldn't have tried to aim it. I told you I don't ever run the stuff, Randy, and then I may err in it. You gotta try really hard to run this stuff, so that was definitely on me. That's what I get for holding it and shaking it. Never mind, that sounded bad too. I'm hoping our primer tacked up enough. Kind of sand out a little bit of this. See, I gotta do a little bit, guys, so I can say I did the whole thing. No one will ever know. But the wire wheel scraped our body filler right there. This was one of the really uneven spots. It took a chunk out. So Randy's whipping us up a fresh batch of filler. I'm gonna knock down the loosey-goosey edges and stuff here. Probably create more work for Randy in the near future. He is getting paid hourly. I was thinking about that earlier, just kind of how we were saying yesterday, like, you know, you helped on the other internationals and how cool it was that then, like, you just helped, but now it's to a point where it's like, I can pay you to be here and help, where it ain't just free. I appreciate you being willing to do it for free, but I also appreciate the fact y'all are watching and here supporting, and it don't have to be for free for Randy anymore. It's also a large part of why we're here, guys, because as the channel started growing, I didn't have a trailer, and he let me borrow truck, trailer, anything I needed back then. Also had the lift for helping remove stuff and this and that. And I was too big of a cheap butt to even believe in myself and buy my own trailer at first. So if he wasn't willing to lend his, some of the channel stuff may have never got going the way it did, and we may not be here right now, which is pretty crazy. It's crazy how things work out. Come to our local metal supply spot, and that gentleman was super helpful. Got us taken care of pretty quick. Inside office took a minute, but got them paid. Golly, I'm glad we don't got to buy a lot of that stuff very often. Security, making sure no one hopped in the driver's seat. Good job. Only problem is now you're in Randy's seat, sir. Hey, come on.
You want me sitting in the back?
Good boy. You turn on the camera and Theo's riding up front here in the back. No, you can't show everyone how you can drive this time. That'll go bad. Randy's blocking, sanding, whatever you want to call it, our body filler. I'm after a chunk of this because I think the ID on this is 2 1/8 or so. Hopefully just about right. So slide over this stuff. Yep, that's gonna leave a little bit of a gap, maybe y'all can see, but that's just closest thing I got. That'll work. So we'll cut us a couple, guess we'll go the width of everything else there. 2 4-inch pieces. Prep work, knock our jagged edges off. We're gonna weld some nuts on here, get that ready for weld. About right there. And right there. Same drill that was smoking yesterday. It had some chance to cool off. Think about how it was acting. It was about to go to the recycling center. Man, that drill bit gets after it. Lop us some 5/8 holes. Telling Randy the best part is here I am doing all of this because yesterday I thought it got to the point where it's taking too much time. So I was just gonna force it to happen. It'll be all right. We don't need to spend that extra 30 minutes. We ain't got time to go get a piece. Here we are today rebuilding what failed yesterday. Definitely saving us some time. I don't know why I do stuff like this, but sometimes I do, okay? Most of the time, it works out. It's like, didn't think that was gonna work, but it worked, we'll be all right. This time, you know, we make it nice because we do it twice. All right, we're kicking her off to the side. So what's important next is if this side was facing the chassis, we make sure I put the one on the proper side where it's not flip-flop. If I get it wrong and mess up, we may ditch the whole project and just throw it in the trash. I can't take another fail on this one. Oh, hey, I forgot I made those removable so it don't matter, actually, because we can flip-flop it. See, I was thinking ahead, and I was testing you guys to see if you're paying attention. Most of you failed. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo. This is asking to fall over. And even though we can flip-flop this, especially since there ain't a bolt in there right now, I don't care. I'm gonna set it up like this, flat side facing, which means it needs to go on that side. Yeah, we're good. You know what the best part is when I'm celebrating saying yes? Oh, it ain't because this is welded. I just told you I'm fully prepared to scrap that whole unit right to the trash. It keeps playing games with me. It's because I didn't run out of welding gas today. I didn't have to go to Atwood's and deal with them who don't know how to exchange welding gas to save their life. That's why I'm saying yes. At this point, if our thing fails, I'm just gonna throw the chassis on the trailer and haul it as is, no stands. He can blast one side, paint it, throw it over in the dirt, do the other side. It'll have that textured hammer coat that everyone likes. It's all right, because this is about to work. Uh-oh, getting some good back mass going on over here. We must be getting close to putting some color down. We gonna do something. They keep playing with me, it's gonna get that texture coat too. Coat of paint, throw some kitty litter on it. Once it dries, paint it in, that's fine. So that's how we used to do bed liners on a budget. So our front piece, nice and easy. Got her bolted back on. That one's ready to go. Don't really have a lot of slop in it. I think the reason why we got that momentum that got it falling this way was because a lot of our slop was in the rig job I had back here. I went through them holes, had these bushing things figured out. Grand scheme of things, probably wasn't the smartest. They had a lot of slop in them, and so what? Let it start falling and falling hard. Kind of like me when I met my wife. Kind of like my wife when she met me. So I probably need to do something better there. We can either go oversized tubing and actually pinch it where there's no slop. That is gonna make it where those back pieces are not painted proper, which kind of sucks. I do have some more DOM. I thought about cutting us a piece and putting our pins in here. Then we could weld pieces off of it and bolt them to our piece. That would pivot, but that shouldn't matter once we get our bottom cross brace in there. Might be the way to go right there. It's a 1-inch ID. It don't have to necessarily be this DOM. Let's see what all I got with a 1-inch ID. Curious about some of this stuff even. Ooh, it looks close. Oh yeah, dug through our boxes over there, found our pins. And pinning is winning. That 1.5 DOM's good stuff. Anything with DOM attached to it means it's expensive. So I don't like using that stuff unless we have to. Even cheap crap's expensive anymore, but that stuff make you want to cry expensive. You shake it more than 3 times, you're playing with it, buddy. Randy's going primer on. I'm trying to figure out what to use to jig us from A to B. I've had this forever. They are threaded. I thought I may save them for something important. Ain't needed them yet, so we'll just cut this in half. That'll work. Oh yeah, baby. Go in 3" and 3". This piece can end up staying with our rotisserie. Who knows, maybe it'll be helpful for patching other stuff in the future. Who even knows what else will ever end up on this old rotisserie chicken. Primer setting up on the rest of the firewall. Fender wheels are good to go. Y'all know it's usually me, Rattle Can Dan, but today we got Rattle Can Ran. No, that don't sound good. Never mind. Rattle Can Ran D. What? Oh. Show them the secret.
You can take this and put it in there sideways.
I never knew that, and I've broke these off in there where I've had to dig stuff out or saw. So you study the ends of these, but I've never paid attention to realize. That's good, because if you ever want to shake the can sideways, you got the option.
There you go.
I was complaining about the new strap on this one, where the last one used to ratchet, and someone sent this thing out. I just feel like that's got to be dedicated, because that's going to wear out a saw. That sucker's heavy.
It's heavy.
She's all there, though. The bracket, man, got a Puddin's Fab Shop logo on it for me. But that sucker right there, she'll latch it down. I need to just get me another Sawzall and then put this and that older one, make it the permanent shaker, and then have me another Sawzall just for cutting. Because even that one, the little bit I've used it, that's the downside of these shakers, guys. It puts so much strain on there that it ain't used to having as far as the weight. And these will get where they're hard to release and you're having to pry on it and this and that. So I think the move is to get one dedicated to shaking, one dedicated to cutting. I'm gonna square these up using this, kinda sorta, and try to figure out how to make these pretty stinking square as well. Sideways shaking. You've seen it here first, folks. Everyone knew. I'm the only one who don't.
No.
Maybe it was just us who didn't know. Surely there's other people who didn't know. Is this real life right now? Did y'all know that slot that looks like a blade would go in there horizontally was actually meant for that? Here's the secret to this black engine enamel I like to use, guys. You better spray her like a guide coat at first. Let it get on there and kind of spread and pack up. You try to go heavy coat on that stuff, it'll look like crap. This is the one I like. Semi-gloss, not too shiny, not too flat or satin, just right. Or I guess it is kind of a satin, a shade of satin. It's a color. Just keep dusting her on there, eventually she looks good. I will say if it's one of them humidity days where the stuff kind of fogs over, that stuff's about the worst I've ever seen. If that stuff hits that foggy thingy, it does. I think that's a professional painting term, foggy thingy. If you make it to the foggy thingy point, you're in bad shape with that stuff. Let me see. Oh yeah, we got perfect conditions today. We're good. Trying to talk crap, trying to think at the same time. What am I doing? Drilling holes. Well, if that old Puddin would work as much as he talks, he'd have had that truck done 3 months ago. If I worked as efficient as this 5/8 bit that just keeps hogging all this 3/8 to 1/2 inch thick metal, we would have been done 4 months ago. Look, even that bracket shocked. Can't believe it. Well, I'm glad our son has come back out to join us. Cut those where there would be a little play in that on purpose. I didn't want it to be just a super tight fit. But those those pinned on there. I'm gonna measure center to center here. We'll go 20. Let's do 28 7/8. Thank goodness, guys. Not that that's done. I'm kind of having a thank goodness moment where Slick come over Friday and worked with me. He welded out on the bed as I did our cart for it. Obviously, Randy's done majority of the big progress on this thing. Obviously, there's still a lot of work to go, and it's Thursday. We've been thrashing all week on stuff. Think of how far I wouldn't be ahead if I didn't have Randy or Slick helping the time that they've been. I'd still be building damn carts. Oh, and also a minute ago, me and Randy got to talking about this paint. I don't want y'all to think I'm misleading you, because this stuff's laying down really good. It looks good. I was talking about how it hazes over. Randy was saying he bought 2 cases of it, and it was all just trash. And about a year ago, I had 3 or 4 cans I ended up throwing in the trash because it just, their mixes were off or something. So this stuff's good. Fingers crossed it stays good. Yeah, I mean, I did the whole chassis of the International with it. You look at it, it still pressure washes up nice. It's durable, good stuff. But when they have their mixes off, it really looks like crap. Yeah, no, this is looking really good. That black is gonna look sharp. And we can probably dust these too. Yeah, I think going to there was the right call on that.
You wanna just paint the bracket, right?
Yep.
Leave this.
I mean, either way, honestly. As long as this part's taped off, we could spray that. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. It may have hurt the backside I just touched with that nasty glove. It ain't gonna hurt nothing as I give her a little squeezy pinch. Get out. Let me get out of here. Go over here and build stuff that falls apart. Get out of your way. You never thought you'd have the opportunity to be the graceful one, huh? Yeah. Randy, aka Hulk Smash. So no matter what you'd ever put on a rotisserie, you're always gonna have to rig it, adapt it, whatever you want to say, to make it fit. Obviously, it's never gonna be a simply bolt-on deal. Well, we got the custom pivot now, baby. Oh, that's a tight fit though. So as long as we can get it pretty level where we can get that in between the legs, we should be good. Ooh, yeah. I guess this is all setting up. We gotta let this set up pretty good before we booger it up too. That's good, because I think it's time to rig a chassis, Randy. Yay! Got your steel toes on?
Don't leave the house without them.
Put a fresh battery in the old GoPro 8. Thought we were recording that process. Nope, just a little accidental time lapse. Well, maybe from the time lapse you could tell though, that went surprisingly well. It's weird, it's almost like when you stabilize something, it don't just collapse. Strange, in a strange turn of events. Hey, I mean, that ain't too bad right there. Balance. Yeah, because look at that. I just pushed it there and, oh, let's see. I was gonna say that'll get it. No, not a lot. That's good. I mean, if you wanted to set it at that angle, you could just put a little strap from here down to there or something, hold it where you want.
Are these gonna be too long to
clear? Oh, you want to take her full rotation? See if we can't finally drop it for the camera. The head of our bolts right here are gonna hit. Yeah, the head of this bolt over here is hitting that right there.
Oh, you should be able to do it.
I mean, you could strap that right there and get tops and bottoms and everything else. That levels out pretty stinking good. No, that's pretty impressive I didn't even grease the side I had to rebuild. I just had hell with it. I figured engine stands don't need grease, neither does this. Does that mean we need to measure the wheelbase now to see if we're gonna have to drive it like a trailer hanging off? It's like a car dolly. You see the front strap, but the back axle's on the highway past you going 80. That's a big old chassis, guys. It's one of those things where when you just stand on it, it don't feel massive. You get the sucker floating up in the air, and it's a pretty good size. So yeah, I didn't think about the bolt heads on these. If I would have, we would have been better off to create about a 1/2 inch of clearance there, and I created a stopper. But I ain't too worried about it. Still really happy with it. I think it's gonna do just fine for us. Let's see if she's gonna fit on the trailer. What's yours, a 20 footer? Yep, me too. I may be calling Sammy at St. Louis to see how long the bed on his is. Oh, are you past the tire? Or you're at least where the tire would sit on there? Ooh, we're right at it. Oh yeah, we can turn that sucker sideways. Maybe go flush fit at the front. I don't know, I don't want that hanging off the back. A little pivot and drop. It may fit, guys. If it does, it's gonna just barely be on there. On gravel like a champ. Y'all see how well that just worked? I get this little shake to him. It's a little sketchy looking sometimes. It's doing good. What else could you ask for? Besides it to actually fit the trailer. Well, we can still shove forward here. Oh yeah. All right, I don't want to shove up against our casters. I'm afraid to go. Yep, that's as far as the winch is gonna get us. Yep, I sprayed a little more black paint. Let that set up. 5 o'clock already. We lost Randy for the day. Yeah. Put some black paint on these. It's been sitting up for about an hour. I'm hoping we don't end up peeling it. Kind of risky, but I'm risking it for the biscuit. Ended up Scotch Brighting all in here, in the back of this, and go ahead and getting it all just painted black where we weren't. Some black and then this knot and everything. Looks good. Not getting too carried away here on our prep work. You already know I am not a paint and body guy, so if you want real good stuff, we're already in bad shape because I'm still working and I'm the only guy here. No, Randy's been doing good of understanding. He knows me. He knows the quality I'm after. I'll be honest, I'm pretty easy to pleasey when it comes to this stuff. I'll also be honest, I probably should have used that tape and taped that down before I tried to unfold this. So today is Thursday. Tomorrow is, this is gonna seem so crazy to y'all because of these videos, the way I've recorded them. Tomorrow in real time is May 8th, which is Friday, and my birthday. I would love it if tomorrow we can finish spraying whatever has to be sprayed. I could get this thing on some type of cart, get it off my lift. That's gonna set me up for making y'all main channel videos for the next weeks to come, as we then wait on stuff to get blasted and stuff like that. So I think I have to get color on this firewall this evening. That way that paint has a chance to set up good, so then we can, we'll overlap down in here a little bit with our color, and then that way tomorrow we can spray bed liner, or actually we're gonna use sweet patina in-one coating. If y'all watched whenever I did the Model A back in the day, right here on this very lift, we used that coating, and we tried some Rhino liner, bed liner kit or whatever. No, Raptor liner, sorry. Raptor liner kit. I did them both back to back, and I really like that sweet patina in-one coating. Good stuff. Let's learn from our lesson last time. I almost did it again. I know y'all seen me. That don't work. It's still stuck to itself. What the heck, over? Oh my gosh. Now I'm taping tape to tape. Looking like a real rookie here, like I ain't ever paint bodied before. Randy shows up tomorrow and all of his black paint's ripped off those ledges from me. I'll hit him with a, oops, sorry. That'll make him feel better. All right, obviously my main goal right now is to cover our black. We don't want to be getting overspray and stuff like that onto it. The toe board area and all that I'm not as worried about. We can get a little overspray and stuff down in there. I think we're going to end up color matching that N1 coating. So if we get a little blue down there, the coating going on it's blue. She'll be fine. Now some of this was sprayed today, just earlier. I think some's sprayed yesterday and probably set up fully. So I'm gonna go with a little scuff job, just real light. That way the paint's got something to stick to. Y'all know me, expert. Y'all know what time it is. Let me make sure Randy left. Ole! Be breaking my can now. Golly, that crap's too expensive to be tearing up. Yeah, it looks like it's been sprayed blue already. Maybe Randy used a little bit, I don't know. And that right there looks just fine. All right, here we go. What a pretty color. It's all in the wrist, baby. Rattle Can Dan is here, okay? Not that imposter we had earlier, Rattle Can ran. Rattle Can ran D. Rattle Can ran. That's why we call him Rattle Can ran right there. I see that, Randy. It's all right. It's gonna match all the other imperfections. That is an international Loadstar. So does that run right there bother me? No, not even close. It's actually amazing how much I've sprayed over right there and stopped and how much overspray we have not got on that edge. I actually won a little bit because our liner's going to go up to that edge. Most folks don't know that that sound effect right there will help you with any rattle can you spray. This one too. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Maybe I just like making whooping noises. My old battle cry. It's my battle cry. You wanna hear my mating call? So I got my wife. I wish the camera would have been rolling. Y'all didn't get to see the one thing fall off the stands. You didn't get to see my sketcher catch this and make me just fall about 2 foot in the air. Took my feet out from underneath me. I felt awesome. Feeling good. Look good, feel good, they say. I'm feeling good. Just playing. It actually hurt really bad. Oh yeah. And it may just be rattle can, but this is good stuff, guys. And you get good rattle can primer and good rattle can paint, and you can do some pretty stuff. All right, pretty heavy coat, I'll be honest. Looks pretty good. There is a flattener in this, so don't expect it to say super high gloss. That is obviously by design. I want her to flatten up. I think it's gonna just help it look good. All right, let her flash up, tack up, whatever you want to call it. Just hit it with one more final wet coat, putting the paint on there nice and thick where she's glossy again. I did get up in here with paint because I don't know what we're gonna do around those 27,000 nut certs. That doghouse area, I do plan on spraying with the coating because that stuff helps with sound and temperature. And right on the other side, that's obviously a really hot Cummins that are known for being mildly cool and quiet. So we want all the help we can get there. I'll be honest, back here, I don't even think we're gonna touch it up anymore. It actually blends pretty good. I mean, we don't want to get too much paint on the back here. It'll start standing out. Well, yeah, sometimes you gotta give her just a good old-fashioned manual shaking. Now these areas over here, Slick and Randy want to know what my plan was. And my plan is, because this goes from the nice to then the outside, this area, maybe we could have stripped it all. I told them I was just gonna kind of dust the area in where it ain't standing out so bad. Is it a good idea? Time will tell. Right now, I'm not mad at it because right there was a tape line and the tape that got painted over is about 3/8 of an inch up, 5/16 maybe. And there would have been a white line there if I wouldn't have noticed that. And I wouldn't have noticed it, but then come over here. So y'all see the prep work going on this one. Whole lot of nothing, but all the dirtiness. I'm just gonna give her a pretty decent coat, nothing too wild. It'll stick. If it chips off a little here or there, good. It's gonna help it blend. About like so. Peeling some back mask is the best part sometimes. A lot of this is sticking to our body. The grill shell was covered in tape. Some of these surfaces, like I said, was paint just done today. We're about to find out together if that peels or not. But I don't want this sitting on here no more than it has to. So we'll have to do some more masking tomorrow. But now we can be masking just a lot of it. Not very specific, like mask off the whole front end, not just specific stuff here like this tape that's been a total pain in the butt to get off. I also want to make sure we don't have any areas where there's too much blue or too much black, like overspray type stuff that we're going to need to touch up as well. Obviously a lot easier to do it now versus it all down the road. Boy, Randy got that tape down in that crevice. Now this we can leave on. Yeah, I guess maybe I should have left that area alone. I don't hate it. I don't love it. Luckily you don't see none of that when the hood's closed. That's a win. That looks a lot shinier on the camera. All that gloss reflections you're seeing. It don't stand out that much in person. And it should just continue to flatten overnight as it fully sets up. Speaking of fully set up, right here's the big reveal. Oh yeah, that's where we did not want any overspray sneaking down through. And then, yeah, I was worried about that. That did texture a little bit from putting tape on there. And by a little bit, I mean pretty bad. By pretty bad, I mean really bad. Oh no, what's that? Just dust? Okay, that's just dust. That's good. I've seen a lot of light blue on there. I was like, boy, I hope that ain't stuck to it. Now that's stuff that was oversprayed onto the plastic and then got on this as we pulled it off. It looks pretty good, guys. I am not mad at it, what we've got going here so far. We've got color down the firewall and the core support area. We want to let all that set up really good overnight, minimum. And then I guess tomorrow, I don't think I'm gonna get too crazy in the fender wells. It's crossed my mind now that maybe I'd knock down the loose stuff and then just flat black it. That could be a cheap, easy solution. What'll stick will stick and what won't stick won't, obviously. I bet it'd actually hold up pretty good for this thing. But tomorrow, hopefully a little scuffing on the bottom side and getting some coating down, and hopefully that can go on a time frame that can maybe even allow me to get this thing on a cart, get it off of our lift. That would be a great birthday present for me tomorrow. But I'll be honest, I don't know how much of a video this made. I do think we're doing a really good job of just showing, like I said, a day-by-day example of even having a couple guys helping. A huge shout out to Randy and Slick for the roles they've played. This would take a whole nother week if it was just me, and I know it ain't the funnest of stuff. I know we may have not necessarily needed a rotisserie built, but we do got a rotisserie built now, which is kind of cool. We're all strapped down. This thing's ready to haul off too, so that's a huge victory and a win. I think I'll call him. He said he should be starting to like today or tomorrow on stuff last time I talked to him, so we'll see where he's at. And then if y'all remember here on the second channel, one video I did some landscaping and I built this drainage for this area that was always holding water. We cut out the concrete. I put some of this river rock underneath there. Obviously I need to get underneath there and pull out that grass that's starting to work its way. Drop this in. This has worked great. Before I haul that off, I'm gonna snatch that up out of the concrete there. We'll go ahead and have it blasted and done in the satin black as well, and we'll see how it holds up. I like the way it looks, all rusty and patinaed. Shocker. I know that's a surprise to some of y'all. My wife is still not a fan. She hasn't complained about it in a while, but she has asked a couple times, I thought you said you're gonna paint that black. I'm like, well, when I have stuff blasted, I'll have it done. And we're just now having stuff blasted, so I guess I'll have it done. Don't let me fool you. I'm holding it well, or together well here at the end. I'm hurting. I really wish the camera would have been rolling whenever I thought I had stepped through and that thing just took my foot and hit me with a leg swipe. If that thing didn't have fresh wet paint on it, I'd be whipping it right now. But I don't want to hurt it too bad. Dang, that color's setting up almost a little darker than what we got going out here. That is the same paint coat as what we matched this fender with. But this fender has been matched for a while, and I'm doing good of just beating it up, or it looks like it's been on the truck as well. So, not mad at that. I think that's going to tame down. I'll be curious to see it in the morning. So, hey, thank y'all so much for being here on the Loadstar. You get what you get. You don't throw a fit series. We appreciate all the support. Don't lean on that tripod too hard because it can't support you, fatty. Let's see. I'm on the Instagram, or we're on the Facebook, or on the Patreon. PutInsFabShop.com for that good quality merchandise. Because the way I'm recording this, I have no clue if we've released or not released recently. I cannot tell the future. It is indeed May 7th right now. Except when this video went out, it's probably like June. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. Hey, thank y'all for being here. One more big push tomorrow. And we might not have everything 100% done. I don't know. I think we can. Into Saturday morning. Yeah. Hey, one more big push. That's what I'm going to say. That's what I say. I will see y'all on the next one. However, do not forget, sitting on your ass will not finish your project. Somebody's sleepy, boy. Hot damn, there's so much BSery. We had to start a whole channel for all the extras. Be sure to go check out Puddin's Fab Shop if you ain't seen that baby yet. Come on!